Mill, standing 6 foot tall, weighing in at 137 pounds, fighting out of Fort Mill, South Carolina, at TNT Martial Arts. Please make some noise for Colin Godbout.
Oh, and you hear the ovation.
Your referee is Justin Brown.
I tell you what, Casey Oxendine, these two competitors have not stopped staring at each other from the moment they got in. There is some tension here tonight in the 864 Fighting Championship cage. Colin Godbout takes on Frankie Candaya, and here we go.
Here we go, Godbout putting the pressure on. He gets tagged there by a kick by Candaya now. Godbout pushing Candaya against the cage, and they are currently jockeying for position.
Quick takedown attempt from the taller man there, and Godbout. Wasn't sure if I expected that, but I tell you what, Casey Oxendine, you don't always know what to expect. What you get to witness here at this level is kind of the college football of the NFL. You could be seeing the next MMA star right here in the 864 cage.
Yeah, undoubtedly, both of these fighters slinging that leather here.
You know, it says on our tail of tape that Colin has the reach advantage.
Oh, here we go. Godbout has the takedown. He is on top of Frankie Candaya now. He has crossbody, but look at Candaya gathering that half guard position. He's gonna have to use it though. Half guard from bottom could be very, very dangerous under mixed martial arts rules.
Colin probably wanted to sneak that right leg out from underneath him to move into a more advantageous position, some sort of side mount, maybe even sneak over into the mount position, but right now Candaya doing a good job of hanging on to that half guard.
Yeah, I can't see from this vantage point. It looks like he may be going after an Americana.
He needs to get over out of that half guard into the side mount to really crank that arm, and good repositioning in the guard.
There we go, big shots by Godbout. Candaya locking him up here, looking for the armbar.
That looks tight, Casey Oxendine. Candaya's got it bent back. Agony coming from the face of Colin Godbout as he tries to weather this storm. Candaya hips to the sky, looking to take this arm home to North Carolina with him.
And Godbout, he slips the armbar.
Triangle choke. That looks tight.
And the powerbomb.
Ooh, but he's still in a little bit of danger, Casey. Now he's out. Good offensive strategy from Godbout to break the armbar and then the triangle down into his opponent's full closed guard. Candaya's got some sneaky legs, doesn't he? He seems to have a good jiu-jitsu foundation. High guard, looking for some of these subs from the bottom. Very active.
Yeah, again, going after that armbar. I think Colin Godbout is wise to it right now. He is staying very, very centered with his hips here.
This type of approach is going to get more and more difficult as the fight goes on and the bodies begin to condense with sweat. It is so much more difficult to lock up those arms and those triangles under those conditions. If Candaya wants to get a sub, he might need to make it happen early.
And you see Godbout there, good posture. We have 16 seconds here left in the first round. A tremendous work rate here on the mats for both of these competitors. Of course, I definitely have Colin Godbout up in this first round.
Strong punches from the top. Colin Godbout finishes that first round and leaves an impression in the minds of the judges. And Candaya really didn't have much time to answer it. It was pretty quick that Godbout decided he wanted to go for that takedown. I think Candaya might have been a little bit surprised by that. Here you've got the replay coming up.
Well, there you see it, both guys measuring each other up a little bit, but it is Godbout who closes the distance and gets that takedown. Both of these competitors very game in this first round. You see a lot of that. High kicks from both fighters. Lots of fisticuffs. Godbout just a little more aggressive in this first round.
See, Candaya's got some good power of his own, but Candaya might want to avoid the ground game if he can. This might be one of those situations where he wants to keep it standing. He had a couple of good sub attempts. I really thought that armbar was going to finish it. Hats off to Colin Godbout for toughing it out.
And here we go. Both men meet in the center of the cage again here for the start of round two.
Colin likes that kick, firing off a couple of punches of his own. Now Candaya stalking him down. And Colin wants to get this fight back down to the ground, it looks like. Good defense from Kendaya, avoiding it, using the cage to his advantage to try to stall the takedown attempt.
Godbout keeping that pressure on here. He's not going to have a whole lot of time, though. He's going to have to get some action moving. Referee's not going to allow them to sit up against the cage.
You know, Godbout putting a lot of pressure on his opponent. He's not letting him escape. Good knee from Godbout, finds its way pretty close to the head of Frankie Kendaya, now battling off the cage. Knees, foot stomps, a good variety of punches coming from Godbout.
Now looking for the guillotine. Godbout defending it well, but again, putting so much pressure into the midsection of Frankie Kendaya is Colin Godbout.
Godbout looking to minimize the damage. These knees are connecting on the inside thigh, though, and some to the body. Good punch!
Big shot there!
Knocks his
That's
opponent!
another big one!
He's rocked!
And a big takedown by Godbout!
Wow, I tell you what, Casey Oxidine, that was a good time to take down Colin Godbout. Looked to be in some serious trouble answering some of those punches. Great job. Kendaya was able to stick him a couple of times, but wow, Colin Godbout with a good reactionary takedown.
And I think what happened was that Colin Godbout lost his mouthpiece. He kind of turned away, but the referee hadn't stepped in. You got to watch doing that. With that being said, Godbout on the back of Frankie Kendaya, delivering big shots here.
Smothering Frankie Kendaya is Colin Godbout. With good back control, trying to slide the arms in there for the choke. Kendaya defending with everything he's got. Now to full mount.
Now look for Godbout to perhaps, well, I was going to say look for the arm triangle, but Kendaya makes the space and he is back up.
Wow. Great defense from Frankie Kendaya, not ready to go out quietly. Great job getting out of that position. Now a hard guillotine attempt coming from Colin Godbout, who looks like this might be a tight arm triangle, Casey Oxidine.
Yeah, but 10 seconds left in this second round. Will he have time?
And he escapes. Kendaya showing a lot of heart and perseverance. But probably another round in the books for Colin Godbout, who faced some adversity there, but was able to respond back quick, dragging him down.
I think so. I think he did take it, but I mean, it was very, very close because he did land some Frankie Kendaya landed some big shots on Colin Godbout, even Godbout turning his back. Now let's take a look at the replay right here.
Now you see this is then Frankie.
There it was. That was a big right
hand.
And now Godbout's walking away. I think he was saying he lost his mouthpiece. You got to wait for the referee's call on that. When you turn around, you're going to take a big one in the mouth.
Yeah, I doubt that's a mistake that Colin Godbout will make again, because that could have ended very, very violently in a KO with Godbout looking to retrieve the mouthpiece. But like Casey said, you got to wait for the referee to do that. But hey, either way, Godbout responds very, very strong, avoiding more punishment by bringing his man to the ground, which seems to be where Colin Godbout is more comfortable.
And there it was. You see that very, very relentless is Colin Godbout. But this is the moment of truth, the third and final round.
A lot can get determined here in the deep waters. Round 3, Frankie Kendaya, Colin Godbout, 864 Fighting Championship. Which one of these guys is going home with the win and the medal? Left hook lands for Kendaya.
Another left hook. And that's the thing, Kendaya on a roll here. But that's what he's got to watch out for. Colin Godbout, he is relentless with that clinch. If Godbout can make some distance, it could be, Kendaya can make some distance, it could be problems for Godbout. Another big right hand.
Tell you what, he landed that, but Colin Godbout following through with determination right back into his comfort zone. Frankie Kendaya is going to have to come up with a different game plan, because on his back, he's not shown an ability to do that much. What an odd position we've got here. And he hangs onto the hips. Good job by Godbout, now in a side control position. And this is right where he wants this to be. Kendaya has shown some flash with some of his punches from the standing position, now in the north-south. Kandaya wants to get back to his feet. Underneath Colin Godbout, he's scoring no points. He's got to find some energy. I don't know where, from which well he has to dig it from, but he's got to find it, get back to his feet, and turn this into a bout.
Oh, here we go. Kandaya, he turns to his belly, but now Godbout advancing to his back.
Godbout doing a good job letting no space be created. One of the tenets of jiu-jitsu, as black belt Casey Oxendine can tell you way more about than I can. But Colin doing a good job of using Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to control his opponent. It's right here on display for everyone to see at the 864 Fighting Championship.
And I will tell you that tournament Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts style Jiu-Jitsu are two different games altogether. You don't score points for getting cross-bodied. You score points for landing big shots and catching submissions. Your Jiu-Jitsu is only as good as the final result. Oh, here we go. Looking for the armbar again. Looks really, really loose, though.
Yeah, that's a little bit low on the wrist. I think he's able to pull out. Now, Kandaya also about landed an up kick from the back position. He might have to be a little careful about that.
Both of these guys, such a high work rate, very, very exhausted, but they continue to toll forward here.
Fatigue setting in for both these men.
Oh, here we go. An attack on the Kimura Godbout. Very, very tight. Now that could be a triangle choke.
Godbout knows he's in danger here as this round starts to wrap up.
But does he have time? Big shots in the closing moments. And we go to the scorecard.
You know, I think Godbout knew that he might have been in danger, but he still had enough time to just posture up, defend the triangle, and take this to the judges' scorecard, which probably was a good move, a little conservative approach. He clearly feels he's won at least 2 of the 3 rounds. Here you have the replay. Colin did a good job from the top position, but Kandaya can be sneaky. He showed it several times throughout this fight. He's looking for submissions, very active from the back. Here you see the triangle choke, very slick. If he had a little more time to start to work that way up the shoulders, he might, and some mean shots there you see too. This fight may have gone a different way, but time coming to an end as the 3rd round finishes. And after 3 rounds of action, this fight has gone to the judges' scorecard. Frankie Kandaya, Colin Godbout. We've got your decision coming up here in just a few minutes. There you see Keith Richardson, coach Frankie Kandaya. Legendary fighter here in the Southeastern mixed martial arts scene. Renowned wrestling prowess. Kandaya, even if he does come up short here in the judge's decision, certainly has a bright future ahead of him if he sticks with that camp up in Charlotte.